Well, I reckon I ought to introduce myself. I go by Calamity Jane. Shot out one too many lights, I guess, and that's how I come by the name. I rode on the Deadwood stagecoach in Buffalo Bill's Wild West show, but I drank too much and I fought too much, and I guess that's why he let me go. Well, my real name's Martha Jane, nothing fancy about the name, and I'm just an old Buffalo gal, never really did quite fit in with most of the women I met, and not very many of the men. One day a man come in the Deadwood saloon, like to take my breath away. He had eyes the color of the prairie sky, looked so good I almost swore I'd been saved. His name was Wild Bill Hickok, he was a legend of the West. I looked down at my dirty old buckskin suit, and for the first time in my life I wished I'd owned a dress. Well, he called me Martha Jane, and he said, what a pretty name. But I was just an old Buffalo gal, never really did quite fit in with most of the women I met, and not very many of the men. Well, out in the wild, wild west, the frontier is rocky and rough. It's impossible to be a lady, being a woman is hard enough. Well, it don't take nobody special to shoot a great man down. One night old Wild Bill was playing cards, I'm so glad I wasn't around. He was holding a dead man's hand, only aces and eights to show. And while he sat with his back to the door that night, well, that's one thing I'll never know. He used to call me Martha Jane, he said it was a pretty name, but I'm just an old Buffalo gal, never really did quite fit in with most of the women I met, and not very many of the men. Well, Jack McCall got what he deserved, they hung him for what he'd done. And trouble still follows me around, and I'm still the lonely one. And when I get too sad and drunk, sometimes I think about him still. And someday when I'm dead and gone, won't you bury me next to old Wild Bill? Let the stone say, here lies Martha Jane, better known as Calamity Jane. She was just an old Buffalo gal, never really did quite fit in with most of the women she met, and not very many of the men. He used to call me Martha Jane, he said it was a pretty name.